bonus episode of Let's Megamek with Marlowe Stingrays. And going forward, what a bonus episode is, a bonus Megamek as I'm calling it. Well, the first one was just kind of on a whim, some fun. But what I want these to be is just kind of not necessarily directly related to the campaign. Just informational dumps and just kind of talking to you guys, trying to get a little bit of feedback or something along those lines. And in this case, what today's episode is going to be about is I have updated the Megamek MechHQ version to 0.42, and I kind of want to just cover the changes there. Just forewarning, I'm got over most of the sickness I've had. I still got a little bit of a tickle in my throat, and I cough, every so often. So I'm going to be hitting the mute every so often when I can, but in case I miss, I apologize in advance. And sometimes it just comes up on me really, really quick. I kind of feel it now, but I'm just holding it back. And I pulled up MechHQ here, and I made a list of just basically all the changes actually through, because I've not updated in a while. I was on version 0.3.27, and it is now on 0.42, which they've changed the version labeling, so that's why that number seems so different. But first, I'm going to go through this list. What I've listed here is just basically just things that popped out at me for whatever reason. And also there's a Megamek lab that has patch notes that gets updated with all these stuff as well. Generally speaking, that doesn't interest me that much because I don't use it that often. But this isn't an exhaustive list of everything. There is a lot of bug fixes in all these categories usually. And especially in the Megamek side, they'll have a list of things that I'm reading it and it's like, oh, I didn't know that was a bug, or either I didn't know that was a bug or I've never used that, so I never thought about it. But cool. It's encouraging to see how much work gets put into this game, and they have the people that work on this game. It's a labor of love, and they love it just as much as I love it, as much as you guys love it. So things that they think is cool, they want to add into the game itself. So, and that's kind of reflected here because there's several things here that are really neat. So let's go ahead and get into that. First of all, we're going to start in version 3.28 because that would have been the first version beyond what I had. And I see this a lot. Actually, all the way through the versions, there's a lot of things talking about new sprites and new or updated sprites and new units down here. There's also later on stuff. I guess they're working on turrets as well, which I didn't add to the list, but that's kind of related to this. New units, new sprites, and the best I can see the new sprites, and I'm sure we're going to see more as I start playing the game and so forth. But looks like they've kind of outlined these sprites, given them a little bit more of a. They look a little bit more round. They don't look as blocky to me. They look a lot more sharper to me. They're also kind of outlined in this as black, which will probably make them appear on the map a little bit better too. Which we're going to see that here, and I think just right now. And let's see here, feature. Well, okay. Added a client setting option to toggle the use of board soft centering. I don't really know what that is, but I'm kind of hoping. And there's several notes that I didn't even copy over that seems to deal with images on the board and so forth. You probably noticed in my videos where I'm scrolling around on the board and kind of jitters a little bit or sticks. When I'm on the game itself, it doesn't do that, but I'm kind of wondering if maybe them changing the way it's rendered a little bit might help solve that, but maybe not. We're not going to see a game board here. Actually, I was going to go ahead and pull up a game board, so that's why I got that automatically set up. Let's see the game board. Now, another thing is we're going to see later, I'll go ahead and mention now, is they've added high-res textures, which I don't know if it's going to happen to the default here. The default, but look at the background of this. It's kind of got this. They changed the font and buttons up here too. Showing everything, but still, I like it. I don't remember what it was before, but I like this darker area rum pack. The gray gray, I don't know, this looks a lot sharper. It looks like they did do something in the background here. I don't know what this does. Is it like next? Are these buttons, or are they just? I don't know. Like, I'm exploring this with you guys. I mean, I've read through the patch notes, but I'm not actually. Well, I've looked through some of the things, but most of the stuff I'm not. Did they ever actually add? You know, that's another thing that would be really nice. Is like this heat scale. Is when you're heating up, it tells you exactly, or just like being able to click on this and just see what the penalties are as you go up in heat. I mean, I know some of them, but you get up into the higher heats, and I don't remember for sure. Okay, cool. Let's keep going here. Right? This is going to be one. I don't know how long this video is going to be, but this will just be as long as it is. And also, bonus Megamek video doesn't count towards the 1 video a day thing, so it is literally bonus. Okay, MechHQ UI enhancement. Show children. Okay, I highlighted this here, but I'm going to talk about this a little bit later. Bug added a Lance Tech. Oh, okay, yeah. This is actually, I don't know what this does. Like if I go into a lance here, let's say this heavy lance, and I can right click on it and I can add a tech. What does that do? I don't know why I would need or want to do that. So other than, you know, I can, but so in that vein, this is kind of a question. What does the Lance text do that having them individually assigned doesn't do? I mean, can I just unassign the text from all the individuals, just assign it straight to the Lance? So I don't know. That's a question I have for you guys who filled me in. I don't know. Okay, let's go on to here 2.9. High-res backgrounds. I've mentioned that already. MechHQ. Okay, this is the one where they were talking a lot about changes to the interstellar map. Let's see what they're actually saying here. Simple vision view option to show hide empty planets. Unless it's this button down here. It is. Okay. It's like there's like these billions of stars out there, but you can turn all those off for the ones that are only really relevant. HPG network. Well, that's interesting. I wonder if that updates as the years progress. This, I don't quite understand what this is. This is actually in the next patch section of the patch notes. Again, another thing with the birth. Interstellar map, zooming at the middle of the screen. Yeah, I think what it used to do, and it used to drive me up a wall. I'm going to turn this. It used to drive me up a wall. Is I'd have like this planet over here selected, but I'll be looking around at something, and I'll try to zoom in, and it'll just instantly lock me back over here. So this I like. I can just. This acts more like a map as I would like on, you know, like we're online. I can move around and zoom in when I want to look at something. I like that. That's a really good change. Kudos. Okay. Cleanup of the infirmary panel. They added a picture to the background. That's really the only thing I can see that they did. And honestly, I don't like it. It's too busy now. There's work that probably could be done to make this panel better, but I don't know that. I mean, I understand why they put it there. It's something I would have done, and you know, this is cool, but it just doesn't work. For me, it doesn't work. And I don't know if I can change it or fix it. But... oh well, it is what it is. New maps. Okay, this is 0.30. Let's go back over here into the Megamek and new game. But what I think. There, select map. Anyway, what I was saying is, I don't think this is for the randomly generated. I think they're actually literally adding in new maps. And this is also kind of where I'm wondering if like the higher res stuff. One they mentioned in particular was a Carver 5 map. Let me see if I can find that real quick. It's like an airfield. Decimal Canyon. Unofficial. I don't remember. But anyway, that's what this map, the new maps, I think that's what that's referring to. It's just they're pre-made maps that would be used mostly for, you know, matches against opponent, as opposed to, you know, the random things we do in ATV. I could always, like, when we do a live, you know, me versus one of you guys battle, we could always just use one of these special maps. That's something we can think about. Let me see. Added planetary icon to play to the planet detail view plus icon in the data entry. I didn't know what this meant. Let's find a planet that's actually got something on other than a Rush Haven, like Terra. Maybe someone that's not quite as busy. Savannah? Like I don't see a plus anywhere in the data entry. Solaris. Don't know what that benchmark means. They caught my eye because I was like, well, that sounds interesting, but what is it? Okay, HPG we already did. 0.31 had a lot of Megamek fixes, but none of them really popped out at me, but there was a lot of them. Intersphere War Hex Grid. Yeah, I don't know. Is that like a game system? I mean, you know, this looks like a game board, so I'm interested, but I don't know what that is. I have to look it up. And let's see, recruited prisoners don't get their willing to defect flag cleared. I noticed that. It didn't really bug me, but it is kind of nice if they fix that to where it just kind of automatically clears. I mean, I think some of our guys still have that tag. I just never bothered to declare it. I don't know. Maybe it was a vehicle crew. Or it may have already done it since I've opened this up, so. We've got 2 prisoners ready to fix. Automated skill purchases. Yes, this is one I definitely want to look into here. Especially like for our soldiers. Where are you at, soldiers? Conventional infantry. If I box select every single one of you and just say let's just select one, yeah. So how do you do it? Current skill, small arms. How do I set it to automatically? Set edge trigger. No, I know that ain't it. Well, darn, I don't know. It sounds, if it does what I think it does, it's like when you get enough XP, it'll automatically like rank you up, so you don't have to keep going back and doing it. But heck if I know how to do that. Doesn't really say in the rules. Is it something I can do like here? That's neat. What hung out in there? It's probably been there the entire time and I've used it, but I don't remember. Well, darn. Because this sounded like really cool. Maybe it doesn't work with infantry. It's just like a normal mech warrior. Oh, Carl. I can get him married. We're gonna get into that. Sorry for the frequent silences. I'm muting the mic to cough. Well, I guess I'll kick this guy's G. How do I use this feature? This sounds super cool. I want to use it. 0.32 Megamek. Clicking walk from jump would still pilot the jump. This is something I noticed, and it is something that always bugged me when it pulled up. But, you know, you could fix it. Just had to like click the jump button again, and it was like a toggle. It turned on and off. Now, I guess if you're like, if I click jump and I'm like looking around and say, well, I'd rather like just move normal. I can just click walk and do that, as opposed to having to fiddle around with like the jump button and so forth. Because it's kind of counterintuitive. Well, I don't want to jump, so you have to push the jump button. Let's see here. And, you know, this one was short on things, but there was bug fixes as well. Some of these releases are bigger than others too. Some of them were pretty light, and other ones not. As you know, they get busy in real life or have more time. Okay, now here at 0.41.25, they changed the version numbering, and basically what I think they did is they just merged it all together with the version numbering of Megamek. Because up until this version release, every like Megamek Lab, Megamek itself, and Mekhq each had a different version number. They merged them all together, which is cool by me. It makes sense. So again, you know, if I don't go in and mention like Megamek or Mekhq, it's because there was bug fixes, but none of them really just, you know, jumped at me. Scenario resolution Mekhq for 4.1.25. Ejected fled pilots lose hits. I think we noticed that when I had to redo the battle as a draw, and Draco, while MIA, he all of a sudden he had 5 hits in the battle, and then when we resolved it, he had like 3 hits. So that sounds like that's what this is fixing, and it might have happened before, and I just didn't notice. It's just with him, I really stood out to me. Then bug fix parts are impossible to get when they shouldn't be. I think I ran into that before, but I don't know. But that's why it popped out at me. And that's something I wanted to mention, because I think we've run into that before, so it's fixed now. 4.1.26 Mekhq. Okay, there's additional They also changed it to where the rating is. I use the Dragoon rating, but apparently there's campaign off. But they added additional details to the rating. Here, Dragoon rating. Okay. Okay, I like that they did this. Do I need negotiation on Carl himself, or does the admin work? I might need negotiation on himself. What this reads. Let me see. Average skill rating veteran. Interesting. Really? It doesn't look like it. Looks like we're averaging it regular to me. But okay. Whatever ups my rating. I only have one green pilot. Neat. Combat record. Okay. Overall contracts. We've done a lot of missions. Yeah, that's worded strange. It should be successful contracts and failed contracts. Transportation. We don't have any dropships, so we have to like rent out all of this stuff. Technology. We have IS-2 units. What do we have that uses IS-2? I can get a unit breakdown. No, I think I refit this, but that shouldn't be IS-2. None of this stuff should be IS-2. That's strange. Very strange. I don't know. Let's go back to Dragon rating here. No clan units, yeah. 45 total units. Support. 100% support. Total hours needed. Available, yeah, we crushed that. Medical support 100%. HR support 100%. Total hours needed. Wonder what how this is numbers figured. Never been in debt. No collateral. No loans. Because we could get a loan. Don't need one. But we could. So yeah, there are some additional details, which I guess helps you visualize the numbers a little bit better. Mass repair and salvage. Actually, let's go back to the automatic skill. That might be a campaign option now. Although if it is, I don't know where. Higher level training, random XP, for healing, use procreation. Tech. It's not tech limits, it's repair and acquisition, I think. Isn't it? I remember reading up on this, and what it does, what it's supposed to allow me to do is here in the repair bay. We don't really have anything damaged. I like the icons. That in and of itself helps. Sometimes I'm just looking for armor. I don't know what the icon is right now. That may already be fake. Well, the shields, that makes it stand out a lot easier. But what's supposed to be able to happen? What's this thing? It's scheduled. Somebody's already working on it. Okay, I like that too. That's really nice. You know what? Let's go back a little bit to where I actually have some repairs to look at this. Old Joel's thing here. This fucking. Well, crud. Well, let's go back a little bit even further. When was the July Blitz? Well, July, obviously. When did we have like a really bad day? This sounds like a bad day. There we go. So instant mass repair. Okay, it's up here. Mass repair and salvage. Here we go. Now I can set like thresholds and extra time. Yes, use that. Use rush job to reach. You can do that too. Allow tasks to carry over the next day. Yes. Scrap pots that are impossible for an elite technician to repair. Yes, do that because that's what I would do anyway. This just lets me really automate this whole thing. Repair salvage armor, definitely. Minimum skill, all green's fine. Max skill, elite's fine. Minimum for max. I usually let this go at 6, so. Repair armor, it's automatic anyway. So just at a push of a button, it'll like it'll like reload all the ammo. Salvage weapons, like you can go down this whole list, but for the most part, like armor and just the armor and let's just go push button and see what happens. All of them. One button, and you know things got repaired. I don't know what was all damaged to begin with. But here they had jib, failing to reload ammo. What? That doesn't make any sense to me. Oh wait, well Jeb apparently cannot do anything. But you get the gist of it. You could really get down. They were talking about in the document I was reading that you could, in theory, just start with a husk of a mech, just the center torso, everything destroyed on it, and at the push of one button have it completely repaired and ready to go. As opposed to the way I normally do it, this will save so much time for me. You know, this is something. You know, the in between repairs is something that is kind of I geek out a little bit. I kind of like it, but it is tedious. And now I'm not going to do it on camera, but I'm going to get this set up to where it's my comfort zone, and from there, we'll just see how things progress. But I'll be a lot more apt to just do the repairs on screen, which may or may not be a good thing. I don't know. Okay, we'll see how it works. But I really like this change. I really like this change, and it's the same for salvage. Like the salvage mechs will also just basically automatically like this. could probably go back here and here to mass salvage, the Battle Master. Apparently I'm going to have to save this every time. Oh, save options is default. Okay, cool. So let's you know, one thing that would make this better is if like I could push a button, like a hyperlink, and it would tell me what exactly it was done. There were 2 repairs completed. Okay, whatever. Let's move on. I've tarried long enough on that, but this is a really cool addition. Same for refurbishment and oh yes, the repair task icons I noticed. New force icon pieces and categories. What have you for me? Ooh. So, can I like what add like more than one? Type, formation. Oh, I get it. Cool. You know, we might need to make use of some of this stuff. I'm going to look at it a lot closer, but oh yeah. I mean, Nikita Lance I can make look real pretty. Okay, this is awesome, and I assume I can add in my own graphics as well. And then I you know, obviously these are probably still here, but these are always kind of clunky too. There's new categories. Pieces, logos. Well, I guess it'd be the new categories for the pieces. Alright, I like it. I like it a lot. Awesome work, guys. 41.27. Megamek, lots of fixes. Apparently that was a big list and I wanted to make mention of it. The medical dialogue. Let's go into the infirmary. Well, actually, let's go to personnel. I got Kareem here. Apparently he was hurt in the latest battle. And this little button here brings up a cool little dialogue. This is cool. I like it. I don't know exactly how useful it's going to be. And some of these are really hard to read. They try to get fancy with a font that looks like handwriting, but and in true Doctor style, it's kind of hard to read. But there's like a hyperlink right there where I can edit that. Supposedly? Oh, apparently not. But you also have, I guess I can make notes. And there is a different graphic for girls. She's got a boo-boo on her arm. It's a cool little, you know, it was not needed, but it's just kind of a cool little thing. And yeah, and they really, this kept coming up, the whole twins and conception and stuff. It's kind of a strange, in a way it's a strange concept for this kind of game, but at the same time, I mean, you know, my grand overarching goal with Marlowe Stingrays is to go all the way through to Jihad, which is the 80s, and we're in 25. That's 60 years of these people's lives. And it would kind of be cool to have like a generational thing. So that in mind, I'm going to turn that on. I'm going to regulate it somewhat. We're not going to get crazy. But one thing I thought I would do is, like these dependents we get, I'm just going to say, well, they joined our unit because they married somebody. So, which we'll deal with. And, you know, as far as like inter-unit relationships, as I get inspired to do so, I will make that difference. But You want to be married to one of my pilots? Let me know. We'll make a dependent. I don't have any ones set to even mess with any of these options, but they just kept coming up. It just kept coming up and up and up. And like, apparently they're working on this as like a big feature. So I'll and I've kind of wanted to do it a little bit, but it's a really it's to me I want to do it, but it's also kind of a weird thing to deal with. Especially like you have someone like 8 months pregnant. Am I going to throw them in a battle mech and the moral dilemmas it could add? Yes, we need to add it on. Okay, normal moral enemy gets a base attack. This one made me think: are they watching my video? They probably are. I think they saw the 2 base attacks and said, "Hey, that ain't right," because it wasn't right. I think they were even on low morale when this happened. It was bizarre. But apparently no more base attacks, regardless of what I have the intensity set. Although, I think part of that was also the betrayal had like a -5 to the number, which could technically still give you a base attack. So it might have worked, but that was weird. Rat generator doesn't seem to generate any VTOLs. They write the patch note like this, and it makes it like, is this an issue they've added, or is this something they fixed? I'm assuming it's something that was an issue and they fixed it. I didn't notice that they weren't generating any VTOLs. I know I kind of had this rule to where I was going to like re-roll them, but I might float with it. Float with a VTOL. I might roll with it a little bit as if it ever comes up now that it's fixed, because VTOLs are kind of cool. Okay, the 0.28. Apparently the only thing that really stood out to me was natural aptitude gunnery and pilot gunnery was restored. The only pilot I have is JD that has this, and I don't know if it wasn't working or not. So that's why it stood out to me. Is if it wasn't working, maybe it is working now, and he'll be even more badass than he was. And finally, we get up to 0.42, which had these changes to the chase scenario, which stood out to me. Because I think one of you guys have brought that up before, to where the chase scenarios wasn't generating correctly back when we were having them. So apparently they've reworked the automation here a little bit, and also this where the reinforcements come in based on their speed. I think I always had to manually set that before, so that's actually in and of itself kind of exciting, because that is a lot of busy work going through and fixing all those. And that brings us all the way up to date. Again, that wasn't a exhaustive list of everything. There's lots of bug fixes, but a lot of times those bug fixes were, the triple strength Myanmar, or super heavy duty gyros are fixed. And don't know what those are, or I don't have them. It doesn't really affect me. So if it was broken, cool, it's fixed now. And when I do get them, I'll just go ahead and end the video here. Just to remind people, I am still looking for names of like the lances, but also, and I've not mentioned this in a long time, but I'm still more than happy to add you as, like, if you want to claim one of these pilots, even though I'm doing kind of a theme here, TV movie characters for the Mech Warriors. If you guys want to, make one your own, I'm more than happy to do that. And if you want to write up a little bio, we've had one person do that, and he was a tech rigger retro. Let me see if I can find him. He might be tapped out. Oh, here we go. There you go. Now this is like a stock picture, so I never did change it. Dang it. I'm gonna pull him up and look at him. Text. Kali. And the name didn't change. He just added a rigger retro as his call sign, and then we have this little short description here. Tech guard. Set that in. Huh. Got a little service record too. I didn't realize they got those. He is uninjured. He's a tech. He never gets injured. 28.2 months. 0.2 months. I'm assuming it's 28 years, 2 months, not literally 0.2. Well, you can't see his actual birthday here. Does he have a birthday? Surely he does. August 12th. Part of me wants, oh, I was going to add, I didn't turn it on. Was it personnel? Was it against the bot? No. I know I was looking at it earlier. Personnel? Here it is. Use appropriation. And let's see, display, yeah, these definitely. This I don't know. I'll turn it on, except I don't want like Melrose Place going on here. I don't want like this to, I don't know if it's like, you know, randomly someone can get pregnant and it's like an NPC off screen, or if it just like will randomly match up two people in my unit to do this. Which actually, if it is in the unit, I could just like say, well, they got married or something like that. I'm an old fuddy-duddy like that. I'll go ahead and turn it on, just to see what happens. I'm curious, but anyway, that's taken care of. If you guys want you know, and if you have a portrait in mind, as long as it's not too racy or anything like that, you know, obviously I'll be more than happy to put in a portrait as well. You can, you know, change whatever you want, their name, again, as long as it's, you know, suitable. You know, you can have a little call sign. And if you want like a certain age, just bear in mind, just give me the birthday. You know, we're currently in 3026, so bear that in mind with the age you give me. And if you want to take over someone we already have, or if you just want to like put in a pool, like the next time we get a Mech Warrior, we can do that as well. And other than that, I just want to remind you about the, you know, I've got Steam here pulled up in the background. Apparently some of this stuff updated. But, we still have, you know, my personal account here, which send me an invite, just let me know who you are. And I've also got the Stingrays over here with 3 members. Wolf and Adam Mac has joined so far. But anybody else wants to join, we'll go ahead and get you in here. There's not a whole lot of discussion going on yet, but still getting it set up. Kind of cool how they do the background there. Neat. I think I fixed this too. One of these words was misspelled. Well, let's go ahead and wrap up. I've been waffling. Yeah, I've been doing that for like, what, 20 hours now. So, so I need to get the next battle going here pretty soon. So I'll probably do that after supper. Actually, I'm getting kind of hungry, and I want to get that up tonight too because I think I'm actually technically behind. I got slammed with some work last minute yesterday, but I want to get a video other than this one up tonight, and I want to keep the one a day going. So this cold didn't help that any, but we're going to push through and get caught back up. So until next time, crash and burn.